Hello, I'm sorry that I can't go live. So we're going to have to do a video. I can't get it to go at all, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. But hey, there's more ways around it. We can sort it. So, right. So I will say hello, good evening and welcome. Lorna Carter from Lorna Carter's Creations, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK. Right, so after a disastrous trying to go live, we're doing a recording instead. So we're going to make this beautiful gift box. It's so sweet. It's a pop top. And we have some hand cream, and it holds, this is a 75ml 2.5 fluid ounces tube, and it just makes a lovely present, little gift. So let me get started. We're using crumb cake for the base. And I've already got a piece cut, but this needs cutting at 17 centimetres by 21.5 centimetres. Okay. So that's 17 centimetres by 21.5 centimetres. Okay, so we've got this piece cut out, all ready to go. So now we need to score it. So we've got it in landscape orientation, and we are going to score it, sorry, not landscape, we need it in portrait orientation. And we need to score this at 8 centimetres. So that's 8. We'll take the cutting blade away, so you know what I usually do. Score at 8 and 16. And 16 on the Stampin' Up trimmer is right on the crease. Okay. So we have 2 score lines on there. We're going to rotate it once, so clockwise we're going to rotate it. So we're now in landscape. Okay, we have the small score piece at the bottom, okay, and the wider one at the top. Right, we're going to score this at 4 centimetres. And 19 centimetres. Okay, so we're then going to score again, but we're going to rotate it clockwise once again, and we're going to score at 5 centimetres, but only down to our first score line, so we're not going all the way down. So 5 centimetres, and we're only going to that 4 centimetre score line. And then we're going to move on to 13, and we're doing exactly the same, scoring down to the first score line. Okay. So whether or not you can see or not, just maybe, I haven't got the best, no, you can't really see, but hey, I've got a template, so I'll show you what we've done. It brings in my template. Okay, so here we go. Alright, if I pop that to the side, so we have scored portrait at 8 centimetres and 16 centimetres. We've rotated it once clockwise, and we've scored at 4 centimetres and 19 centimetres. We've then rotated once again clockwise, and we've scored at 5 centimetres to the first score line, and then 13 centimetres down to the first score line. Okay, that's as far as we've got so far. Right, we then want embossing tool and a ruler, and we're going to do our diagonal score lines. Okay, so I need to turn this round so I've got the 4 centimetre part at the bottom. Okay, and what we've done is when we've scored 5 and 13, this is halfway across the front of the box, and we're just going to do a diagonal line to the top score line. So we're going from the centre to the right hand side score line, centre to the middle score line. Okay, and then the same, we'll go from the centre to the centre score line, and from the centre again to the left hand. It's where those two score lines meet. We need to go there. Okay, so let me do this. We can see what we're doing. I might actually, let's burnish it so we can see what bits we've got. It might be easier for you. Okie dokie. So with the 4 centimetre one at the top, just trying to get it into the right light. So if I just put a dot there so I can see those dots. Right, so from this score line here, not right to the bottom, just to the score line, we're just going to run that down. Point in the centre to the centre. So this is what we've just done, that piece. So we're then going on to the next piece, doing exactly the same, and then that side. Okay, that's all our scoring. So it now looks like this. So what we now need to do is to take off this section and this section, and then also we're going to cut down to the first score line. So I'm just going to turn that round and turn this round so we can see what we're doing. So we're going to remove this bottom bit first, so up to that first score line, and we're just going to wedge that piece. Okay, and then all we're going to do is run up all these score lines to the first score line. Okay, we're then going to turn it round and we're going to cut this piece out. So this is the little piece at the end, and we're going to also wedge that piece. Okay, we're also going to cut down the middle. Okay, right, so all I'm going to do is just fold in that edge. I'm just going to fold one away from the other at the top, because what I want to do, I just need to just cut a slither off there. With my corner punch, fold that one back, and that in. That's it. So we can just make sure we're in. Okay. So this is what we've got. So if I pop that down there, we match our template. We've cut off all these red bits. Okay, let me pop that to one side, and all we're going to do now is where we did these V's, we're just going to burnish those. So just like so, and like so. Just let me see what I'm doing. So that's like that. And if you've got it open like that, it is so easy to burnish. Right, we can pop this to one side now. That's that done until we're putting it together. Right, so next we need some basic white. So we have 14 centimetres by 14 centimetres. We are going to decorate it before we cut it. So here I have my card. I'm blending because guess what? We're using these beautiful Abundant Beauty Decorative Masks. And we're using the floral, the centres, leaves, but I'm not using that one. You can do if you want, but I'm not going to use it. Okay, so just put that to one side. Right, so colours we're using. Whoops. The colours we're using are, we're going to start with Daffodil Delight, followed by Crushed Curry, followed by Pecan Pie, followed by Old Olive. So those are the four colours we're using to create our panel. Okay, so if I'll open them all, and I'm just hoping I don't get a cat up here, else I'm going to have to shut them. Excuse me. Right, okay. Blending brushes out of the ready. My green. Okay. So I am not marking these like I showed you last week. I am just going totally random. Okay, so you can stick it down if you want, but I'm not going to, because I stuck it down last week and I'm not doing it tonight. Okay, so I've just randomly placed it. We're using Daffodil Delight. Okay, ink up again. And I'm going to ink up again. So I'm going to do all the flowers first. Okay. So while we've got that there, I'm going to go in with Crushed Curry. And all we're doing, like we did last week, just go round the centre to give it that little bit of definition with a darker colour. Okay, so if I take that off, this is what we've got. Okay. So I'm going to go in like that. Just taking my crushed curry off. We're going to go back in with Daffodil Delight. And we're just going to do that little bit there while we've got it placed. Crushed curry. And giving it that little bit of colour. So basically we're just making a mini one sheet wonder, really. That's all we're doing. And I'm going to place that like that. Daffodil Delight. It's like so. Crushed curry. It's just slightly moved. Okay, so we have, let's do, and do it like that. Okay, so I'm just filling it in as I would think. Doesn't matter, you can do it sparser, you can do it all full on, it doesn't matter. Pick up a bit of crushed curry. And there we go. So if I lift that up, that's the start of our card. Right, so like I did last week, I'm just gonna pull, and I've done with them. I'll have them done like that. I've got a damp cloth, and all I'm going to do is to wipe my stencil. I'll pop it over there, it'll dry naturally. Broken my nail. I'm really gutted because I broke one nail and I can't have them. I can't have them one long, all long and one short. Right. Okay. So next we're going to go with the centres. Okay. So we can line them up as best as we can. We've got Pecan Pie. So I'm just going to hold on to those. Just going to build that colour up. Okay. There we are. Then we can go on to that one and do exactly the same. Yeah. Yay! I'll just move that out of the way because this is this way. So you can see how it matches up. You can use your your notches, but you don't have to. Okay, last but not least, it's that way, I think. There's only, let's see, there's only a tiny bit. There's only two of them on here, which is that one and this one. Okay, there we go. So once again, I'm just gonna clean my get the excess off. I'm going to shut my pecan pie, get my cloth, wipe it down. That's my next one. So, next colour is Old Olive. Picking up some colour, and we're just placing our leaves wherever we want. Doesn't matter. That's all I'm doing. Just going through. And if we don't think we have enough, let's have a look. Let's put that one in there. Right, so we can put that one in there. We can put that one in there. So it's just a matter of randomly putting them where you want them. Let's have, see if we can have that one. Like so. Like so. I say it's just totally up to you. Even if you just want a tiny little bit of green on the edge, doesn't matter. We'll have a little pokey bit in there. Okay, so it just gives you an idea. So you could decorate this like this. You could decorate it as I did last week for Christmas. Right, so that is that. Get rid of the excess ink. Wipe off that. I can put that away now. Right. So this is what we've got. This is our piece. So we're just going to use a couple of stamps. And this is from one of my favourite sets, which is Quiet Meadow. So we're going to be using the script and the dots. Okay. I am going to use Crumb Cake. And this is just random stamping. You can do it off and on. Doesn't matter. We'll go. Don't matter where it's stamped. Okay. Right, happy with that. We've got the dotty stamp. So we can either do it full colour just to give it just random. It's cool, love it. Okay, there we go. We just keep going. Right, happy with that. While we have our crumb cake, we're going to use it to go round the outside, but first I'm just going to cut this into two. So this is 14 by 14 and we're going to cut this 7 by 14. Okay, we now have two pieces. We will be coming back in to cut them again, but all I want to do is to bring in our crumb cake, just to dull it down. It's a bit too bright, the white, so that's all I'm going in to do. Put a bit around the edges. There we go, look at the difference. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. It's your own creation. So we have a new catalogue which will be launching for customers in January. We've had a sneak peek. I actually have mine now. So over the coming weeks you'll be seeing bits and bobs. We've also got the celebration where you can get freebies. So that will not be going live, as I say, till January, but there'll be some sneak peeks. There will be some sneak peeks. Right. I'm happy with those. So I can now, oh, before I do, get rid of this sheet. The top piece, the ones that we've curled the corners, just using crumb cake again, and I'm just stamping. Okay, that's all I'm doing, just so we've got something at the top. I haven't made a very good job of it, but hey, never mind. Right, we can remove that. We can now cut our pieces. Each one is cut into 3. So I am going to pop it back to where it was, like so, and I'm going to cut these into 3. What we need to do is to just mark, and if we've got writing on it, we need to mark the bottom of it, and we need to mark it at 3.5. Oh, crikey, brain. So that's half, because it's 7 across. So I'm just going to, with my pokey tool, I'm just making a mark at the bottom. I can just see it. Same with this piece. Three and a half. Just marking it at the bottom. So what we need to do now is, I'm turning it the right way around so I can read it, if you know what I mean. So we're going to pop this mark I've made at the bottom in the cutting groove, and we're also going to pop our top corner in the cutting groove. So just make sure we've got bottom centre top right hand corner. We're going to drop our blade in. Okay, I'm just going to put that to one side, just leave it the same, you know, in line basically with the pattern. Right, so I've got this bit in, I need to get the top bit in. Happy with that. So we're dropping our blade in part way down, going up, coming down. So we have these 3 pieces. Keep them as they are, because that's how we're going to be gluing them on. Okay, so same with this. I've brought this the right way up now. Our little indent at the bottom, we are putting in the centre. And same here. Just turn it round so I can get it all in the right spot. And that is our second set of triangles. That's it. That's all we need to do. Okay. Right. So as you can see, when this is glued, because what we're going to do is pop tape on here. We're going to fold that in half, so we then have our box. But I think we shall go ahead and glue our pieces down. So you should have a tiny border around each piece. Okay. Like so. Right. Okay. Let's get some glue. Let's get sticking. Okay. So I'm gonna pop this piece down. Just make sure that's it. Quite happy. She will be. There we go. Good job, it's got wiggle room. That's why I like my glue. It's got wiggle room. So just a little thin bead of glue. Don't need a lot. And then so I can see where I'm going. That's that bit. Then our final piece goes here. And this is just such a lovely box to make. Now I know Izzy's done a video on it. She's made one. And if anybody follows the Paper Pixie, she did one. So it's all good fun. We love it. We love it. And then that one. And that one. Oops. I got glue on it. Silly mummy. Oh, my silly Billy. Oh, you little terror. It's because I've... Never mind. I can always get my glue rubber. It's because I put one on top of the other by mistake. Just have a look. Yeah. Yeah, just that corner. I'll just let that dry. And then... Right. So, we're nearly there. We've got some tearing tape. And we are just going to put that down there. Just going to have to put a tiny little bit of glue on there. Stick that down. That's it. Right, get on my pookie tool and take that off. We are then folding that in. We're going to fold that side in. So, starting to form, beginning to form. Right, so what we need to do is do the bottom. Choose the front you want. I think I'm going to choose that as the front. Okay. So what I'm going to do is 2 of these base tags I'm going to cut in half. There we go. So when we get that like that, oh, my glue again. We're going to pop that one in and that one in, and then put glue on this and put that one in. We're going to stand it upside down in a moment. Just taking my there we go, just to give it and make sure that bottom's fixed. There we go, that's the bottom. Right, so we need to decorate it. I did this just as with a tag, with the tailor-made tags dies. Decorated it with put to my friend on it. Made a bow with the black and white gingham ribbon, and then to put the tag on I used some of the linen twine. So let's just do that. So I need a scrap of white, a scrap of crumb cake, I need my tailor-made tags. Okay, I've actually already got them out. So we're going for the fancy, not the flat top, the fancy top. Okay, so the small ones on the white, the larger ones on the crumb cake. I will bring in my mini machine and we can cut our 2 tags. Hope you can see me all right. I'm not used to not being able to see me on the screen because I usually have my computer on, obviously. And then all we're going to do is wind those through. We have 2 tags. Get rid of my rubbish. Get rid of my plates. Okay. So, little tag. I am using, and I will say while I'm here, if you're watching, Linda, if you watch it, thank you very much for letting me borrow the stamp set. It's one I'm going to get, but I just haven't had a chance to. So we're using Friend and To My. So, it's lovely. You've got all family, so grandpa, grandma, niece, husband, nephew. You've got an aunt, mom, daughter, brother, great, in-law, uncle, son, aunt, cousin, grand. You've got dad, friend, sister, wife, mum, baby. And then the other little bits, you've got love, you're in my thoughts, from your, to my, happy birthday, thanks, congratulations, like a, best ever, bonus, and wonderful. So you can make up all sorts of things. So you can have a great aunt, you can have a great grandpa, you can have a great granddad, you can have mum-in-law, dad-in-law. It just goes on. Sister-in-law, brother-in-law, daughter-in-law. It just keeps going on. So it's a great stamp set to have. So you can personalise your cards and gifts. So we're using, as I said, Friend and To My. The inks we're using are Pecan Pie, Crushed Curry, Old Olive. So the biggest word is Friend. So I'm going to pop that on there. Ink Friend, and because these are photopolymer, we can see where we're stamping. It's great. So if I come on there we go, Friend. We've got To My in Crushed Curry. So I'm just doing that on the angle, on the wonk. To My. And then last but not least, I'm just going to get my leaves. Just want, so on the end there, just going to bring in my green. There might actually be enough, there is enough ink, look. So we're just giving it a little bit of colour. Like so. That's cleaning. So we've got To My Friend. Okay, put that to one side. We're nearly done now. All we need is, oops, black gingham ribbon. I love this ribbon. We need the linen thread. So I'm just going to pull a piece of linen thread off. I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to thread it through this tag. Oh, I haven't done that very well, have I? Silly girl. That's better. Then bring that through like that. Just going to trim the ends off, and we're going to thread these through here. And then, so we can keep that there, we're just going to use a couple of dimensionals. Take the backing off. Can't see what I'm doing because my head's not. Right, it's on the wrong, but hey, it doesn't matter. Right, let's have a laugh, shall we? Shall we do our... Want the glue dots at the ready. Get some twine up there. Right. So, let's make a bow. I'm having this still on the reel. I'm making 2 bunny ears. I'm folding one over the other. And I'm pulling that through. So bow tying is all about faffing. Okay. So there we go. So I am happy with that. I'm going to put a glue dot on and glue dot that on. Find my next glue dot. I love my glue dots. So I'm just popping that in that corner like so. We can poof it up as we want. You can tell it's getting colder because they've got no cats because they're all cuddled up downstairs. They've decided to take all the knee trays, the lap trays, and they are laying on them upside down. So there you go. Right, so I've just pulled each piece of string behind the bow, and all I'm going to do is just place it where I want it, and then I'm just going to tie another bow, and it's faffing again, but hey, does it matter? No, does it, heck? We like a bit of faffing. Okay, so we've got 2 bows, and because I want to just keep that down, I'm just going to put a dimensional on the back like so, and we will put our gift inside. Well, you could put chocolates in it, you could put whatever you want really, but I just thought it was nice. I love making these. So there we go, we've got 2 my friend gift boxes, and they'd look nice in, like I did the Christmas last year. Christmas last week, I'll get it right. The Christmas card, which was these ones. So you can imagine it being like this on here, so it's Christmassy. So there you go, just some ideas. We love a bit of packaging, a bit of gift boxing. So, right, that's it. And I do apologise that I haven't been able to go live. I will try and get it sorted. I will not be live next week. I have an appointment next Tuesday. So I will not be about next week, but I will the week after. Okay, so I'll love you and leave you. Say thank you very much. I will pop this up on YouTube tomorrow evening, which is Thursday at 8 PM. So it can be watched, and I'll pop it up on Facebook as soon as I've finished. Okay then. Thank you very much. Much appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.